So, okay. We're going to move on, though, to the next angle, which has to do with this one. The reason why Danielson is supposedly free is because Moxley is trying to get Darby Allin's title shot that was supposed to be his on that day. But before I go into that angle, let me just make a reminder to the people. Let me make a plug here for ourselves. We got an X account. We got a Twitter account or whatever people want to call it. All right. So any thoughts that I get off the cuff that I might not put on the show or from NXT or from Collision, Rampage, I would post that on X. So if anyone wants some interesting thoughts from us or from Vlad the wrestling expert and Robert the frozen Asian, sometimes they send me texts and thoughts and I'll throw it up on there. So add us on X. We can use some more followers as well. But yes, all right, let me jump to the whole Moxley angle, the John Moxley angle, as we call it. He has a new stable. I don't really know what to call it. It doesn't really seem to be the Blackpool Combat Club anymore, although Claudio is in it, and he does make mention of William Regal in his promo. But okay, for right now, I'll just call it Moxley's group, okay? And they showed a clip of him after All Out, I guess, when he was explaining himself for what he did to Danielson, and he choked him out and everything. And he basically said, we've tried it Danielson's way, and the diplomacy has failed. He claims he's not a hero or a villain, but he does think, quote unquote, he is the true king of this land. And then another thing he said was AEW is permeating with egos, that are out of control and that he can't take it anymore. So they're trying to drop hints at what this whole thing is about, this sort of quote unquote NWO style hostile takeover, which I'll get Vlad's thoughts on whether there's any correlation to those two things at all. But anyways, at the end of this scene, which was from the pay-per-view post-match, he jumps into the back of this Jeep, into the tiny trunk, and they drive away, which I thought was pretty...
Yeah, I didn't see that at first.
he cuts this badass promo, and then he jumps in the Jeep where his... I guess the Jeep is full.
And in the back.
I don't know.
Not even a limo. And so Tony Khan cheaped out again, huh?
All right, so let me continue the summary of this before we get some thoughts from you guys. But Darby's coming to the arena, and he's been called out by Moxley last week. Moxley, quote unquote, just wants to talk to him. We don't know about what yet, but all right. So here's Darby Allin.
So this guy, he took a skateboard to the arena. He just skateboarded all the way from wherever the hell he was to the arena.
He's really into skating, man. He brings a skateboard everywhere with him. Why not?
I see.
But
Would you rather use the skateboard or the scapegoat bus?
oh my God, I'm really into that scapegoat bus. Honestly, I can't ride a skateboard.
Is there an option C? Is there an option C? I don't know. Do I have to choose either one?
Option C, but that's
I don't even. I don't even know that.
You don't remember that? You don't remember option C from TNA? Austin Aries made that famous. He was the originator. That's a way off track here, but option C was if you wanted to cash in your TNA X Division title to get a world title shot. But I don't know. I thought you would remember that, Vlad.
Yeah, vaguely.
Anyways, let me move on to the next important segment, which was Private Party coming out. They're teaming up with Commander today, and they're going to face some jobbers. And they didn't get to do this match. This whole match.
They're all jobbers. Of all these people, they were all jobbers. Even Private Party are a bunch of jobbers. Commander.
Well, they got attacked by Marina and the rest of Moxley's group. So
very good.
Claudio came in. Here's Marina choking out Commander. But Pac grabbed the mic, and he was the guy who cut the promo. So he's in this group, and he's getting a prominent role. So he said, they have been patient, but enough is enough. This company is broken. We are inevitable because we are a product of this festering environment. So I like that. I think they're using a little bit of realism that the company's in a shambles, and they're trying to use that in the storyline. So I did like this segment. I gave it a good rating, which I'll give you guys in a minute. But Pac basically said that this company's ours, so they're going to try to take over. This is an NWO style scene where they just didn't let a match come off, right? Even the NWO didn't do this for like the whole show. They would get in there for one match and fuck it up. So this is kind of like the early NWO period when they were not really taking over the whole show, but from time to time, maybe it'll heat up. But I don't know. Anyways, so this match didn't come off. Later in the show, here's what happens. Darby Allin comes out to the ring. So everyone knows he's coming to address Moxley. He grabs the mic, he calls out Moxley, and he's waiting for him. And here comes Marina and Moxley. So they're like, we're not going to fight you. And basically, what happens between these guys, I'll summarize some of what they said. But Darby was like, yeah, I used to look up to you, but not after what you did to Danielson. I don't want to be like you anymore. And then he's like, what do you want? Why are you calling my ass out? And Moxley said, I'm going to need you to hand over your title shot at Grand Slam. And everyone's like, what the fuck? And Darby's like, what the hell? Are you stupid or are you drinking again? Which caught a big whoa from the crowd. And then he's like, if you want it, do something about it. And then Moxley says, oh, you want me to earn it, huh? Well, then we should fight at Grand Slam, you and me. That's him doing something about it? Just booking a match? I don't get that. But okay, Darby, for some reason, accepts. And Darby says, look, if you're trying to burn AEW down with everything you've been saying and what you're hinting at, he's going to be on the opposite side. I'm going to pull you into the fire because he's pro AEW. AEW brought him out of poverty, out of homelessness, and helped him buy a house for his father. So he's pro AEW. And then Moxley retreats from the ring. And that's the end of that scene. So, all right, let me give some ratings for this scene here. Let's pull up our rating system for the viewers. I love this, okay? I'll give some thoughts on this after you guys, but I gave it 2 thumbs up. I was kind of torn between giving it a thumbs up and a 2 thumbs up, but I think I really love this so far. So far, it might fall apart, but I really like this scene. And Vlad gave it a thumbs up, and Robert gave it a thumbs up. So both of you guys said you liked it. Okay, I'll start with Robert on this one. You got 90 seconds. Any thoughts you want to give about this whole thing? Anything from it? I know it was a lot.
Yes. So apparently, Pac couldn't find a plain white shirt that could fit him, huh?
Yep, that's the uniform for this group, for this new stable. Yeah, no, I can't. I can't.
He doesn't really look like he's part of the group at all, right? It doesn't really fit in. But okay, that was just a joke. But I like this segment too. This was really cool. I liked how the group just came in like what you said, NWO style, and just beat up. Was it Private Party?
Private Party,
and Commander.
So that match didn't even get to take place. Cool, which I wasn't interested in that match anyway. So all right, great. Great job. Whatever this group is called, I don't know what they're called.
Yeah, we don't know.
I like it. I dug it, and then I was curious as to what Moxley wanted to tell Darby Allin. I had no idea what it was going to be. I assumed maybe he was going to try to bring Darby over to their side to join their group, but no. I didn't expect him to ask to hand the title shot over, so that was interesting. I don't know why Darby agreed to it, but okay, it's being Darby Allin, or maybe he thought Bryan Danielson was probably not going to make it to Grand Slam. Well, whatever the case may be, he did accept it. I like both of their promos, Moxley and Darby Allin's. I think they both did good here.
All right, Vlad, you're also a thumbs up for this segment here. What do you think? You gonna give any thoughts?
Yeah, sure. I mean, I think what I kind of like about it, at the very least, is that there's some mystery of what's going on. That's kind of what I do like.
That's what I was going to say.
That's where I do like about it. It's not really clear exactly what it is that Moxley has planned and who's running things. I mean, we have all these rumors, all these things that he's saying about like taking over the company. Now, I don't know if these are the guys that I would believe could take over a company. Now, I have to be honest. Like, Moxley, okay, he's kind of like, he's insane, whatever. But Pac, who's never there, and Cesaro, I'm just not buying it,
Marina Shafir. You forgot about Marina. She's really the muscle of this group.
That's true. Marina Shafir actually scares me way more than Paz and the Bastard Pack and Cesaro. So you're right there. But as far as what this all means, I think that's what I give it a thumbs up for, because like Moxley, I usually hate his promos with a passion, because it's always the same thing about like twisting somebody up and breaking their bones and just eating their heart and whatnot. But here he's a little bit more mysterious of what he's trying to say and not to give it all away type of thing. And I like that because it makes you think like there's a whole bunch of different options. Now, you're right, Keon. This thing could go sideways as a lot of AEW stuff goes usually. It goes sideways, right? But for now, for the time being, there's some sort of mystery in the air that you don't know yet. I want to give it. I know this is stupid, but I want to give them a chance. I do want to give them a chance. So we'll see. We'll see.
Yes, and I did mention it during my review that there is an air of realism about this, because in terms of the AEW in a shambles, in terms of the wrestling community who are saying they're struggling, the egos that he mentioned, we don't know who that is. Maybe the general managers who are, or not the general managers, what are they? The EVPs, I guess he could be mentioning. But I mean, the mystery about it is what exactly is going on. What exactly is going on is they're saying they're taking over. So they're going to try to take over. So I'm interested in that. I'm interested in them basically saying, hey, Tony Khan, this company is fucked. And
but how are they
it's over for you.
Nobody believes that like this whole Shane McMahon thing is going to happen. Right? Some people do maybe, but some people don't, saying that it's really like, it's a reach, right? But if it's just these three guys and Maria Shafir, it's just gonna fall.
Well, there was also one thing that he said to Darby that I forgot to mention, where he's like, "You don't know what's going on here. Like there is something bigger."
Sure.
So there is the mystery about it. So it's still a mystery.
It's a mystery, and you're right. It might have nothing to do with Shane, or it could have something to do with Shane. But either way, I'm interested at least to see where it goes.